How much money does the Super Bowl make? A lot of cash has been burned out on ticket sales, hotel stays, dining out, and the well-known advertisements. Business all over the world are preparing for the Philadelphia Eagles vs Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl matchup, which will take place in 3 days. State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona is being set up by setup crews. Restaurants are making sure they have everything they need for the influx of orders, and Phoenix hotels are already beginning to welcome the influx of fans traveling to Arizona. The time is now for broadcasters and advertisers to ensure that any major revolutions go without a hitch. Even though things like ads, ticket sales, and broadcasting rights are usually arranged months in advance. How much money does the Super Bowl make? This question is a query that many curious fans frequently type into Google. The final number is obviously enormous but difficult to pin down given the variety of ways it generates revenue. In 2022, more than 112 million people will watch the game. The Super Bowl revenue has been divided up into various businesses and industries. National Football League. The Super Bowl provides several revenue streams from the National Football League. The NFL earns tens of millions of dollars each year from the sale of merchandise both before and during the game. Add to that the league's branded partnerships, which are usually prominent during the Super Bowl. The consulting company IEG estimated that the NFL's partnership were worth $1.8 billion, even though the NFL does not provide specific figures. The cost of tickets will be significantly higher. The SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles has a seating capacity of 70,000 but can accommodate 100,000, although the NFL has not yet provided information. Apparently, $950 to $6,200 is the range for standard ticket prices. That would put the price of Super Bowl tickets at $66.5 million overall, even at the lowest end of the range. The value of the TV rights to the Super Bowl dwarfs this enormous sum of money. For the right to broadcast NFL games, Fox, CBS, and NBC each pays the league $3 billion annually. One of these three networks will alternatively host the Super Bowl under the terms of this agreement. The game will be broadcasted by NBC in 2022. This year's rights are with Fox. According to a New York Times report, the NFL will begin playing in 2023 after agreeing to an 11-year, $110 billion media rights deal with CBS, NBC, Fox, Get Free Report, ESPN, and Amazon. Get Free Report in 2021. Ad sales. Networks pay so much because NFL games are so valuable. In the age of cord cutting, when people abandon traditional cable TV in favor of streaming, live sports have become increasingly important to the network television business model. It is one of the few types of television where viewers can be counted on to watch in a specific manner at a specific time. As a result, advertisements for popular sports have become more costly as well as more important to the bottom line. That is nowhere more evident than at the Super Bowl. CBS sold out all of its Super Bowl 55 advertising in 2021 for $5.6 million for 30-second spot. According to Reuters, it earned $545 million. According to Sports Illustrated, some slots have been selling for as much as $7 million. Local income. The effect of the Super Bowl on the local economy is up for debate. The short term is prosperous for business. During the game weekend, hotels increased their rates by 50% to 300%, making as much money in a few days as they would typically make in a month. However, Hotels.com and locations farther from the stadium offer discounts on hotel rates. Airlines are a little bit more price sensitive. For those who waited until the last minute, a round-trip ticket on American Airlines AAL from Cincinnati to Los Angeles via New York to Phoenix for the weekend can cost more than $1,000 to depart on Saturday and return on Monday. Tickets for Sunday return are mostly sold out, but someone needs to pay the bill. Super Bowls are expensive affairs, and moving the sheer amount of people and goods required for such a game is particularly expensive. The local taxpayer typically fulfills this role. Although the NFL is no longer a tax-exempt organization, it still holds a competitive bidding process for the cities that want to host the Super Bowl. Governments are frequently extremely interested in this because they want to attract tens of thousands of wealthy tourists, but doing so requires them to pay very expensive concessions to the league. According to a 2019 Atlanta Journal-Constitution's investigation, the city's successful bid for the Super Bowl cost Atlanta about $46 million. This took the form of reduced tax sales, a hotel-motel tax set aside for major events, reimbursement for any state or local taxes related to the event, and $20 million in pledges from neighborhood businesses. The additional costs a city incurred during a major event like the Super Bowl are in addition to the money in question. Although Atlanta's municipal services were directly supported by the NFL's tax breaks, the city's fire, police, and medical staff still had to keep the city running while providing care to a much larger and more concentrated population than usual. A significant increase in visitors necessitates more expenditures from the city in the form of maintenance labor, public transportation, and a host of other costs that a tax-free event does not cover. The Super Bowl is still worth watching despite what this implies. According to the most optimistic predictions, the city's expenditure on the 2019 event was more than paid for 10 times over because it generated so much revenue. The fact that all of this income has a price is nevertheless something that must be kept in mind. So, this is all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you never miss any